Hi everyone, it's Tony Richards and welcome to today's Life Focus. Hey, I want to talk with you, continue talking about education this week. That's what the Lord put on my heart over the weekend to talk about this week, and I've been talking about education and different varieties, different forms, different ways in which we view education. Thanks for those of you who were watching last night on Facebook Live, the Bible study that was going on. And good morning, Lauren. My daughter Lauren just came up and walked through. But I want to talk about education today in a little different way. I want to talk about faith and education. That's right, faith and education. Yesterday, my other daughter and I were going to the church, and we were driving to the church, and we came to a corner, and there was a stoplight, and on the corner there was a gentleman standing there with a speaker and a microphone and a Bible. And he was standing there, and he was doing his street ministry, and he was reading from Isaiah, and he was asking people if they knew the Lord. And he was just speaking to anyone who would listen, anyone who was passing by. And I was thinking to myself, now that's a man who has faith, who takes a step out and says, you know what, I'm going to the people, I'm going to the streets. In America, we call it street ministry. But I want to ask you, if God spoke to you today and said, go stand on a corner with a microphone and a Bible, would you do it? Would you do it? You see, because education also comes in the form of your faith and being able and willing and your ability to step out and how God is calling you. Because you see, I was thinking, as he is doing that, he's educating others. He may just be educating them enough for them to maybe reaffirm their faith, maybe think about their faith, or maybe for the first time wanting to say, I want to know more about this Jesus. So I want you to think today on how you are educating people through your faith. How are you educating others by what you're doing? We all can talk a good game. We all can get on and on a panel, on a discussion, on a phone call or whatever, and we can talk about things, but how are we educating others through our faith? Are you living and walking the example? Are you out there, and do others see Christ in you, or do they just say, oh, here's the guy who talks about the Bible all the time, and never really feel the impact that has on them? So I want you to think about that today. I want you to think about how you are educating others through your faith. Because many times there are people that are hurting, that are lonely, and that will see you and that will go by your example. You say you're a Christian, but yet you're in the clubs all the time. You say you're a Christian, and yet you're doing all the things you shouldn't be doing. What kind of Christian is that? What kind of example is that? How are we educating them? So be thinking about this today, and know that you in some way, I always say that everybody's a leader in some way. You're also educating in some way. In some way, you're touching someone. And many times, it's through the examples that you set, your character, your ability to do things, but by the faith that you show others, and by the faith that you have in God that reflects through you, and that comes out. And like that gentleman who was standing on the street corner last night, standing there by himself, standing by in a busy street corner with people rushing by, with cars rushing by, and not worrying about how he is impacting them, but the fact of the matter is that he is showing them, and he's giving them the opportunity for them to be impacted. So he's educating them. It may just be a split second or a few seconds, and that's sometimes all it takes. The children you work with, how are you educating them through your faith? How are you educating, and what example are you showing to them? So be thinking about that. Find somebody today. I'm sure you can think of somebody right now that you can be an influence for. You can be a mentor for. You can be a safe harbor for. You can show them the example and educate them through your faith. Hey, thanks for listening today. I hope you have a great day. Write me at TonyRichardsSpeaking@gmail.com. Check out my website at TonyRichards.net. In about 20 minutes, this show will be uploaded to YouTube. Simply go to youtube.com and type in Tony Richards Life Focus. Thanks again for those of you who tuned in yesterday and for your comments. It was a great time. And I want to thank Pastor Fisher at Greater Miracle Ministries for allowing me to come and do the Bible study. All right, have a great day, a great evening wherever you are in the world. God bless. Wear the mask. Take care. And remember, in some way you can educate them. Have faith and go forward.